evening and welcome to Sports Extraordinary on Atlantic Television Network. My name is Kinsley Emmanuel, and I'm very happy to be here this evening to bring you up to speed with the latest revolving round. This edition of the show shall take a look at the way forward for the Super Eagles outside the defense of the AFCON, and we shall also preview the matches UEFA Champions League tonight. These and many more, of course, will be yours after the short time out. Please
Greenwoods went for goal. Goalkeeper missed it. Right again. Fight him. He tries a right hand and down goes Paul. So now this is when you're at the bench. It's when you're 12 years for this. So drink it in. Still goes to Do I need love to be immortality as an athlete? 19.79. It's a goal. It's 8 goals.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, social economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics Day.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable
You are a human trafficker.
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
back as the Sport Extraordinary on Atlantic Network. Of course, today's edition of the show promises very, very exciting. Joining me this evening, of course, is the man you know so well, and of course, that you've seen down here on this platform, Kevin Ayo. Good evening to you, and welcome to Sport Extraordinary.
Yeah, good evening to you, Kingsley. And
Justice Betty posted a second best 7.97 seconds. Sarah Lavin 7.98 seconds. Also, Brume landed a second best of 6.84 meters during the women's long jump at the Norway and National. Going fourth on 2024 season top list, completed to fact with beating them by almost a meter with second place Genesis Murphy, recording 5.91 meters, and Jonah has to defend leading the world in women's long jump by number 1 and number 4 global list. Ayo, it's a Brume and the likes of
comes to athletics, they've been impressive. Toby Amoso, Ese Brumer, they've been very phenomenal in every of their track and field events and their hurdles as well. They've tried to keep that momentum, though the doping issues on by all the various championship are just around the corner to push them ahead of their peers, and that will continue to keep them in shape ahead of the Olympics.
So as a Brume, of course, will continue to be in shape and put themselves together ahead of the coming Olympics. But away from that, let's talk basketball. As World Basketball Body FIBA has confirmed 12 qualified teams for the upcoming Paris 2024. And from what we've seen so far, the Tigers of Nigeria, of course, they were one of the 12 qualified teams that will be participating in basketball upcoming Olympics. And we're actually beaten by Belgium team as well as the United States of America, but we're able to beat the African counterparts, talking about Senegal in this particular one. Of course, of that victory, they were able to get the ticket for the Olympics Games. Ayo, I don't know what you make of it. The Tigers of Nigeria, of course, have been officially recognized by FIBA as one of for the teams that will be participating in the Paris 2024 Olympics in basketball. Let's take a look at the future. How will it look like? Because we saw the last two games they played. They lost to Belgium and the United States of America. I don't know what you make of it going forward. You see these Tigers challenging, putting up a very huge challenge in the coming Olympics.
Yeah, definitely. On a lighter note, let me just say this. If FIBA did not recognize the Tigers, definitely maybe would have been protesting here in Nigeria. That's just on the light. That's just on the lighter note. But I think they've done the country proud. It's been very phenomenal, despite losing against Belgium and the United States of America. And that, like I said yesterday, that is not something for me to worry. It could be a mind game in order not to review the strength and weaknesses of your players. You understand that you're playing against the bigger teams. You understand playing against the life of Belgium and the life of USA will not even really understand that it will be a different ball game entirely. This is where the Tigers will definitely see how they can beef up the team. Most of the players in the Tigers squad are not novice. They are not rookies. They've been playing in their clubs day in, day out. So they understand what it takes when you don the colors of the country, when you keep flying.
All right, let's keep our fingers crossed. But I don't know what you make of it. I don't know if you know the plans of the MBBF, because last time we saw these guys struggling to qualify for a particular championship, and of course, at the end of the day, we heard that there was no funds for them to go execute that particular tournament. This time around, I don't.
Well, looking at it so far, I think this is where the Nigerian Basketball Federation stepped in. You need to source for the funds now. you need to rally around the Ministry of Sports, the Federal Ministry of Sports, and the federal government to give these ladies the support that they need for them to make their appearance at the Olympics. We don't want to hear the issues where we say there are no funds. What are you doing at this very point? So the Musa Kida-led MBBF, the president of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, talking about Engineer Musa Kida, should also understand that a lot is at stake, and the hopes of these ladies rest on the support of the federal government, the support of the Federal Ministry of Sports, and that of the NBBF, as well as the corporate bodies who are sponsoring these teams to the Olympics. So we need to put our hands, we need to keep hammering, we need to call on all stakeholders who understand what representation is all about to ensure that these girls make it to the Olympics. Not about funds, but they need to start now to look for the funds.
All right, so we hope that early preparation, of course, will commence immediately so that we don't hear stories this time around concerning the Paris 2024 Olympic that will be coming, especially for Nigerian Tigers. Now, away from that, we hear that FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament 2024 has been, of course, concluded, and FIBA have released Volume 2 of the Smart Power Rankings, the first showing only those nations offered to Paris 2024. According to the latest ranking, world champions in the United States placed first, and the Nigerian side was placed in the 11th position above Puerto Rico. Of course, the Tigers of Nigeria are placed 11th in this particular one. And still talking about the qualifiers, following her outstanding performance in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, Nigeria's the Tigers star player Ami Okonkwo has been named among the team for the tournament. Despite losing 2 matches to Belgium and the United States, the African champions did enough to scale the hurdle. First game victory. The Tigers played a strong game, edged their counterparts from Senegal, who released the list of top 5 players, and Okonkwo featured prominently on the list. Others are Emma Essema of Belgium, Ben Herwood of Ebhessa, Folia of US, and Yassine Diouf of Senegal. All right, away from that, let's take a look at Formula One. As we hear that Fernando Alonso has said that Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari could turn the Italian team into championship contenders in 2024. Alonso added his first priority if he stays in Formula One after this year with Aston Martin team, for considering the seats Hamilton leaves at Mercedes. Alonso, who said he believes the new Aston Martin should be a good step forward, pointed out that Ferrari took more pole position than Red Bull over the final 5 races last season. But he questioned Hamilton's claim that driving for Ferrari was a childhood dream, alluding to recent comments in which Bryson said he wanted to be with Mercedes for the rest of his life. But I don't know what to make of it, Ayo. Lewis Hamilton, of course, he'll be moving to Ferrari come 2025. So you just have one season with Mercedes, and come 2025 he will be with Ferrari. And Fernando Alonso is saying that he sees Ferrari, of course, contending for the title come 2025 when Lewis Hamilton, of course, will join them. I don't know what you make of it.
Yes, definitely they'll be contesting for the title, and it will be a one-way traffic again. Looking at Lewis Hamilton leaving the Mercedes down to the Ferrari. One thing for sure, it's this is where the transfer windows comes, and this is where when it's certain a top guns leave your team, you need to beef up, you need to get the next champions, the next person who will continue to keep the legacy and the name, the brand alive. And that is where Mercedes comes to play. They need to start now to look out for who takes the place of Lewis Hamilton when he finally joins Ferrari come 2025. And it will be an interesting one. A new home, a new brand, a new drive, and a new passion, a new atmosphere for Lewis Hamilton. Can he really fit in? Can he really continue in the same light that he has been, ensuring that he gets the back-to-back victory for Mercedes? But time will tell. Let 2025 comes, and let's see how it pans out.
All right, at this point, we'll take a short break. When we'll come back from this break, we'll take a look at this Super Eagles of Nigeria something, and I tell you, the players at the moment are smiling. We'll take a look at that and other matters revolving around water sports when we come back from this. Please stay with us.
0.79. Greenwoods went for goal. Goalkeeper's missed it. Fight for him. He does a right hand and down goes Paul straight away. Oh, what a point to end it on. So now this is when they're at their best. That's when they're 12 years for this. So drink it in. Still goes to Andre. What he'd love to be immortality as an athlete. 19.79. It's a goal. It's 8 goals.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history,
We are one people, all of us.
leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blow.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable
You're a human trafficker.
on them. They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
welcome back. The Sports Extraordinary on Atlantic Television Network. Of course, I will bring you the latest revolving around what is sports at the moment. And of course, Kevin Ayo is, of course, standing by to give us the latest revolving around what is sports. And this time, we want to take a look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As the Super Eagles of Nigeria has been awarded National Award member of the Order of the Niger flats now the Federal Capital Territory of land. President Tinubu made the announcement today when he received the players and officials of the Nigerian Football Federation at the council chamber at Presidential Villa Abuja. The delegation is led by the Minister of Sport Development, John Waneno. Super Eagles finished as runners-up in the just concluded African competition hosted by Cote d'Ivoire. Now, all the team members clad in green attire and officials were in attendance had earlier been hosted by the federal government to welcome breakfast at Transcorp Hilton Hotel. A statement issued by his special advisor, media and publicity, Ajuru Gelali, President Tinubu commended the team, coach, crew, and the entire management team for their hard work, assiduity, and sacrifice to come this far in the tournament. The President urged Nigerians to remain positive, emphasizing that the Super Eagles have shown their performance that the country will by the President.
For me, I think the award is timely and it's necessary. So it shows that it goes a long way in boosting the morale of the Super Eagles. Though the trophy was not won by the Super Eagles, that doesn't mean that they cannot be awarded or celebrated. No one gave the Super Eagles a chance. No one from the onset, nobody expected the Super Eagles to get to the final stage of the African Cup of Nations 2023. And yet they are coming out the second best team to emerge. And the president confided a member of Order of the Niger on each of the players. It showed a rousing welcome and a more motivating tool to douse the tension of some of the Super Eagles players who are considering retirement from the Nigerian Super Eagles, just like the case of Alex Iwobi over cyberbullying and the rest of them. I think it shows a long way that the president is a man who listens to the cries of his people, who understand someone who has represented his country and deserves to be merited. And this is what we've seen so far from the presidency. Kudos to the visionaries. Kudos to the brain behind these great awards today.
Impressive one, of course, from the president, and of course, I believe the players will be very happy with this particular one. And still talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Vice President Kashim Shettima said on Sunday that Africa was the ultimate winner of the just concluded African Cup of Nations held in Cote d'Ivoire. Shettima told stated this while reacting to the African finals outcome between Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. A statement by the media Stanley Mocha in Abuja stated that the tournament had served as a powerful platform to showcase the potential and resilience of Africa. He added that the tournament showcased African football brilliance, passion, and resilience. According to him, football is a defining factor that transcends race, region, or religion. He also urged the players to praise the achievement, of course, in the just concluded African Cup of Nations. So the players, of course, are in celebration mood as we see, because for the fact that because of the performance we saw in the African Cup of Nations, as well as the encouragement from the federal government. But we hear that each Super Eagles player is expecting the sum of $27,500, equivalent of 41 million naira from the Nigerian Football Federation, being a standing payment for their victory, quarterfinals, and semi-final mark bonuses that just concluded 23 African Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. Consequently, for their failure to beat the hosts in the final, each of them also lost $30,000. That's about 45 million naira being bonus in the final. According to newsmen, each player got their $30,000 per player for getting second round, for getting the second round, and as well as $12,500 for beating Cameroon to go to the round of 16. Beating
knowing full well that after CAF announced the increment in prize money and also the other donations coming from the government and the rest of them, it shows that at the end of the day, this player will amass more money from each of the wins, each of the advancements they make from first game down to the final game. So amount of money, $30,000. It's not really a worry for me because they sweat it out and they've got it. So whatever they've been able to get as a result of compensations in appreciation for what they've done in putting the flag, in putting Nigeria on the map once again, it means it's a deserving one. And I think they should also understand that this money is coming timely and quite appreciations. All thanks to everyone who has been able to ensure that the Super Eagles get what they get.
We also heard of the case for Alex, who just like you mentioned earlier, of course, so many Nigerians criticizing him, on social media. Earlier today, the Minister of Sport, Senator John Wanino, actually, had a talk with him. And I told that wasn't that very poor for him, for fans, of course, to go all the way in putting up much criticism on him on social media?
Yeah, I think a lot of criticism that emanates from various social media platforms, even we who are journalists and sport journalists in this, also join in that same fora in heaping a lot of criticism. But when we understand the nitty-gritties that surrounds playing the formation of the Super Eagles, you will understand the very importance of the role Alex Iwobi was playing. And looking at it, he was not the natural number 10 in the middle of the pack for Nigeria. You have a certain Joe Aribo, who did not even come to the party due to a lack of form. But Alex Iwobi was playing the number 8 and as well number 10, but he was not the natural. So these are things that we must understand, that every player has the role they can fit in very well. Every player understands the rhythm of the game, and when you play the player against his role, you find out that player finds it difficult to penetrate and to do the needed job that he is supposed to. But we must give kudos to Alex Iwobi, because despite playing out of his key position, you
bullied, of course, on social media. We see the likes of Ojon Gallo as well. Some point, was it 2019 African Cup of Nations? After that particular tournament, the man was heavily criticized by Nigerians as well as other Nigerians as well. I don't know what you make of it. What do you make of the gesture of Nigerians when it has to do with maybe criticizing players, especially when they don't perform very well on a particular tournament?
I think at this very point, most of the players need to be proactive now. Proactive in the sense that for most of who happens to be social media experts, we must understand that things like this, a lot is expected of you to deliver, and you are carrying the burdens and the burdens of over millions of Nigerians who are supporting you. And when you're not living up to the billing, expect the worst. And at this very point, players should understand when to press the off button to mute there, but just in order to pay less attention to all the feedbacks, the tantrum that is being thrown at them, the criticism that is being thrown at them, because they are not the one bearing this. As he who wears his shoes understand where he pinches, and they that are on the pitch understand what is happening right there in the pitch, not you that are sharing them from the stand. All they need is your support, all they need is your encouragement. So players should understand when to put off their notification buttons where comments do not really get at them, no matter how they're dragging, and they should pay attention. As of this very point, I expected them to stay off social media for a while until the whole pressure has come down and they come back. But most of them have thick skin who understand that it's a banter against a banter where they can actually absorb the critics and get on there. But most of all these players cannot take it. Talking about Yakuba Jebeni, it was also cyberbullying. Ode Igalo, you just mentioned, was also cyberbullying. Certainly, Mikel Obi was also cyberbullied. Ola Inatu as well. Go on and mention most of all the names here they've also been bullied. Even coaches too has also been bullied. So at certain point like this, you should understand when you stay off social media in order not to be affected by all the wars and cyberbullies. Nigeria can be dramatic.
Hmm. Very, very dramatic. But despite the fact that you just mentioned that they should stay off social media, but at least, this information will find one or two ways, to get to them. No matter how they try and was going to stay off social media. Don't you think the gesture from Nigerians in always criticizing players like this, don't you think it might actually put a little bit of tension on these players going forward, especially when they come to represent the national?
Now, you see, when it comes to media management, this is where the media officer of the Super Eagles comes to play. This is where the NFF communication department comes to play, because you need to share most of all these players. They are playing for the country. They are playing for NFF. They are playing for everyone. So when you see the arrow being thrown directly at them, when you see the arrow being thrown to them directly, it also rub on you indirectly as well. So the glass house needs to step up. The Federal Ministry of Sport needs to step up, and even the presidency needs to step up and down the tensions, which is their media aid coming out to say most of all those players gave their all and the sacrifice they paid. Give some certain instances where it will not, and also NFF should have also thrown in their weight behind this player by making one or two statements that will have doused these tensions. But I'm not seeing that coming from NFF. I'm not seeing that coming from the media officer of the Super Eagles, where you shed the sword, where you shed the arrows from going directly to those players. At least as media managers, we should understand when we protect our principles, when we protect our own. But that is not being done. That's on the aspect of the media management of most of all those players. Even their agent too, they also have one or two media guys who could be able to put up some certain work if they are not able to take the bullet directly from Nigerians who are all there to ensure that they drop out their voices. And then some of them who said some certain things are coming back to say a different thing in favor of the same player. So you understand that sometimes we decided to speak from the two sides of our coin, but that is not the best way to go. So we need to step in to ensure that these are Nigerians as well. An injury to one is an injury to all. So when you attack the same set of persons who are taking the bullets, who will now go tomorrow to play the game of the round leather game. So nobody will definitely come out because of bullying. So we must understand to share, we must understand to put out the right information on social media so that everybody will learn and understand why it was like this.
All right, let's stay away from Alex Iwobi and talk about the manager, Jesse Pesero. Of course, as we speak, Jesse Pesero is uncertain about his future with the team. I don't know what you make of it. No official announcements, no official statements yet from the NFF that, of course, maybe his contract will be renewed. And first of all, let's take a look at his performance so far. Do you think he has done enough to earn another contract as the manager of the Super Eagles?
Well, for me, he has not. I would say it's a 50-50. The African Cup of Nations stakes brought down the expectations from Nigeria a little bit backward. But during the qualifier series, we saw how we were struggling here and there. We were not giving our best opportunities with a lot of experiments here and there who fit in, who fit a certain role. But at the end of the day, we did not even get the best of all the players on all the roles. In the middle of the pack, like I always say, it was lacking. So all the experiments we were doing during the qualifier series were nowhere to be seen. So even in the right back, you find out that you do not have a certain backup player who could have as well assist online there. And you needed a certain backup who would have been able to tame the runs of your opponent. But that was not seen. So for me, I just felt that for we to actually do well, if we want to stick to them, it's not my decision. It's just an opinion that I would say, but the decisions rest with the Nigerian Football Federation to continue the contract.
We'll see what the NFF statements will be on the man Jesse Pesero. Would they renew his contract? I'll keep our fingers crossed on that. But let's talk about the UEFA Champions League. As of course, we're seeing Manchester City against FC Copenhagen tonight. Real Madrid, of course, will be in action against RB Leipzig. But first, let's take a look at Arsenal. It's been about, let's say, 14 years. We've seen Arsenal, of course, at this stage of the competition. I'm looking forward to get to the quarterfinals. And from what we're seeing, they were playing Porto in the round of 16. Arsenal, they look a little bit formidable this time around, challenging for the Premier League title, as well as the UEFA Champions League this time around. What do you make of Arsenal, of course, in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League? How far do you think they can go?
Arsenal is not a rookie. Arsenal is not a novice when it comes to the UEFA Champions League. This happens to be one of their major and best tournaments they've been participating in over the years. Despite the fact that for 2 years they've not made an appearance. Now they are coming back and will be facing the FC Porto. And the FC Porto recently have not been in their best form. They've lost most of their games. I think about 3 games they've lost so far. And Arsenal have been firing from all cylinders. While upping West Ham by 6 goals, nothing away from home. It goes a long way to boost the morale of the Gunners in the return of the UEFA Champions League round of 16. So I think Arsenal will be coming out all firing. Arsenal knows the politics. Arsenal knows the game very well.